Bhasin Saab is ready. Let's say hello and good morning to him. Good morning.
Good morning, Nikunj. How are you?
बस आप बताएं.
बस सर चल रहा है. थोड़ा सा अनसर्टेनिटी जो मच नीडेड करेक्शन था वो आ गया. बाइंग अपॉर्चुनिटी है. So take it with a pinch of salt that you won't get unwarranted corrections unless they are imposed on you. At that time, it is not the time to be fearful. It is time to be a little bit greedy. Just as you had to be a little fearful at 19,900 and 20,000. So I still think there is a lot of steam in the market. And this, by the way, I was in Deutsche Bank in Hong Kong when S&P actually upgraded Lehman Brothers 1 week after that. Lehman Brothers went bust. So these rating agencies generally react when water has flown under the bridge, and you should be taking them with a pinch of salt. That yes, there was a much needed correction, but I think that is part and parcel of the smart run up which we've seen.
But my point is that, okay, I agree with you that you should buy. But should you buy now? Should you buy later? Because frankly, what we've seen, Mr. Bhasin, is a 350, about a 400 point correction on the Nifty. That's not even 5%. And individual stocks, the good quality stocks, they've not corrected at all. So while directionally in terms of an approach, you want to be a buyer. But is it time to buy now or wait it out for a slightly more deeper cut?
Well, that depends on your risk appetite, Nikunj, and two things. Look, could you time it that NTPC from 85 in 1 year is 225? Could you time it that 35 rupees IDFC first is 90? I think it is not possible. Secondly, Nikunj, let me tell you two things. FIs have been underweight India, and today the first thing I see is that Morgan Stanley is upped India's weightage against China. Now, the weightage of India purely on the back of all this global humdrum will only send to increase. A. B. Local mutual funds have been trying to time the market and sitting on cash. That's why they are buyers in any stock. And let me be honest, I think the index may do nothing because Nikunj, the weightage of HDFC Bank and Reliance is so huge that either way both these stocks can determine the trend. So 300 points you got yesterday, maybe another 300 points but the broader market is definitely showing you signs that there is a lot of pent up, unexposed hedge over there. So we would like to be with large cap, big cap stocks which are hitting new highs and using this correction. But it all depends on your time horizon, your risk appetite, and whether you want to be there. Maybe this market goes to a 19,000, but if it comes back with a vengeance at 21,000, then nobody will be able to either time it or be able to participate.
Dollar index is at a 4-week high. That is something you really need to be cognizant of. So I'm going to shift gears and talk about stocks now. Titan numbers, Bhasin Saab. The top line is good, management is sounding confident, but the margins for the quarter gone by were not that impressive. HUL is saying that demand and volume growth was slightly sluggish. We're getting a similar sense when we look at even two-wheeler companies. What is your view in terms of pure niche consumption plays?
Well, like you said, maybe lever is corrected 15% from recent highs. Yes, Titan, maybe people were in the know, so it hit that 32 for 3,300 and is corrected. But this has been a darling of a stock, and as yet you have yet to see the unfounding of the calendar season as far as Rakhi, as far as Diwali and the other festives which are all around the corner. So yes, autos and consumption have been stellar performers, but look at the other language. Apollo Hospital will come out with the best quarterly numbers ever in the history of its company. BEL came out with the best numbers ever in the history of the company. IOC came out with best numbers ever in the history of the company, and I can go on. SBI Life is saying that gross net value additions are at the highest, and you have to be selective in what you buy. So it's not all around, which I'm saying hunky dory. Some of the power plays may have gone through the roof and look very, very frothy, but choose your winners and try and get into the market. Nikunj, market at 19,500 or 20,000 or 18 and a half is immaterial unless your stocks are performing. And that is why I said it was a 1.5, 2-year wait to be in IDFC first, but it's richly rewarded because it's 3 times. Same is the case with NTPC, which has more than doubled. And same is the case with GMR, which from 35 is 52. So a lot of stocks will pain you, but you have to be there.
Okay, pain might be there, but you have to be there. Hi, Mr. Bhasin. This is Anisha also joining in the conversation. I wanted your view on IT, and Tech Mahindra was one stock that you were quite bullish about. Would you still maintain that stance? Because this morning, of course, we have incremental news flow from Cognizant. And the good news is that there is no bad news. They're maintaining the guidance. They're talking about how the bookings continue to be very strong. Would you now expand your view to beyond Tech Mahindra as well?
Yeah, good morning, Anisha, and thank you for remembering, because everyone had written and forgotten Tech Mahindra when it was in three figures for a brief period, or closer to 1,000. See, Tech Mahindra and the verticals are all getting priced in. These are cash rich companies. They are doing organic or inorganic growth. And like we said, if the Nasdaq is hitting new highs and is set to go higher, despite the rising yields, which may be a temporary phenomena, then you can't but be in Apple at $3 trillion. So Tech Mahindra, HCL Tech, and Persistent continue to be my three topics there. But right now, Anisha, I'm seeing more flavor in other places. Apollo Hospital, SBI Life, HDFC Life, BEL. These are some of the names which are pedigree stocks which have hit new highs. I want to chase new highs over here, and I want to be in those stocks which I know will rebound faster than the market.
It seems like you're tilting a lot towards healthcare, how people are spending in terms of their insurance. Is that the theme what you're going for? Apollo Hospital, HDFC Life, SBI Life, etc.?
Correct. And also take it with a pinch of salt that I was in Ahmedabad on this weekend, and they said even Apollo hospitals, all beds are booked even in the month of October because of the World Cup. On a lighter note, it tells you that even rooms are not available at 1.5 lakh rupees in hotels. So even hospital rooms, which are fairly expensive, are being booked because people are making a queue for the 15th October date. Now, Apollo Hospital is purely a play that look what Indra IVF has just done. They've placed 60% at a valuation of 10,000 crore. Manipal has placed stock to a private equity at 18,000 crore. Then Apollo Hospital seems to be very, very reasonably priced. I have a target of 1 lakh crore market cap on Apollo Hospital. And similar is the case with the insurance companies. SBI Life and HDFC Life are must haves in your portfolio, and we will use this correction to add to these names.
So that's the breaking news coming for you. Ambuja Cement is saying that they're going to give 300 crore intercorporate deposit to Sanghi Industries. Seems like that the news regarding the buyout is out. We'll wait by for more details on that, but that's the initial flash coming in that they're giving 300 crore intercorporate deposit to Sanghi Industries. But what is in terms of the valuation of the buyout? What exactly are the contours of that deal? All of that needs to be looked out for. So we'll wait by to get more details as far as Ambuja and Sanghi Industries is concerned. But Mr. Bhasin, what about the cement space as a whole? Any stock that you like from that vertical?
Well, our top holding has been Ultratech, and we added during the chaos of Adani both ACC and Ambuja, and it has richly rewarded. ACC Ambuja combined have a 55 million ton capacity, and you can see the aggression. They are acquiring smaller players. Pricing is back, and I think Ultratech with 128 million ton capacity is going to rule the roost. So we think cement prices are going to harden after this monsoon, and the monsoon has been rather severe, but I think it's abating now, and I think price rises will be across the board. Look, construction and infrastructure are the best plays now. Cement consumption is at an all-time high, and it's only going to get better. And I think if you are in pedigree names like Ambuja, ACC, and Ultratech, by the way, as a disclosure, is our top holding along with the other two.
Bhasin sahab, Adani group of stocks have done rather well for themselves from the trough of the sell-off to the recovery. It's just that markets have stopped talking about them.
Correct. So Hindenburg created a flutter for a week, 10 days, and there was a very big tweet going around in early February that whenever Hindenburg comes with a report, stocks fall 50 to 70%. But they missed the bottom line, which I tweeted to my retail customers, that stocks which Hindenburg covers fall 50%, but in the next 6 months rise 600%. And that's what happened in the case of Adani's. So take it with a pinch of salt, Nikunj. Adanis are in a monopoly business which is roaring. All the companies are doing well. And, we added two names, ACC Ambuja, and the third was Adani Port. And they have paid handsome returns. So like I said, now the market moves on. It finds the new numbers or the new news. The new news happens to be Fitch, which will last for another day or so. And I think that the markets will move on.
That's the view as far as cement is concerned. Ultratech Cement, that remains the top bet. Separately, what we're watching out for is also Zomato in the trading session today, because they will come out with their earnings. Mr. Bhasin, what's the take? Because at Nykaa, there have been a slew of exits. Overnight, we got report that 6 more people have exited that company from the entire new age tech vertical, whether a Paytm, a PB Fintech, even a Zomato and Nykaa for the matter. Which is the top bet?
So Anisha, recall when Nykaa was closer to 50, Paytm was closer to 550. I gave you both these buy calls that buy and hold for the next 3 years. Don't see gross net value additions every quarter. We continue to have a SIP going in all these three: Zomato, PB Fintech, and Paytm. Irrespective of the price, we are going to keep buying. These stocks are not double or triplers, they can be more than that. But these are investments with the next 2-year, 3-year view. Fintech has gone through whatever it has to. Paytm is indicated, China was the starter of digital transaction. They are doing 4 times more transaction. Zomato is ruling the roost as far as, gross net value additions, the distribution. So these are very, very strong plays, but keep a 2-3 year view if you want to double, triple your capital, because there are not going to be shortcuts on the quarterly numbers.
Bhasin sir, we've spoken to you about Apollo, Tech Mahindra, Zomato, SBI Life, HDFC Life, but some would say those are Juna ideas, old ideas. What's the new big one from Sanjiv Bhasin?
No, so first the 3 good news is Sanghi acquired by Ambuja, open offer at a premium, which tells you 100 rupee per EV per EBITDA is the new norm. 2, you missed the headline. BEL has got a 10,000 crore order from Hindustan Aeronautics for some of their supply chain. And 3, Morgan Stanley upgrades India. So dark horse play is very difficult, but it is SW Solar. And read my lips, I gave you at 320, 340. It just hit 400. This will be 750. 18 crore equity. Order flow expected to be 14,000 crore in the coming year. 11-12% margin. And they are the largest or the most reasonable player in MEP, maintenance, electrical and plumbing in the world on solar panels. And you can see the ascent. As yet, they've got no order from their parent company. So this stock is headed to double this place. Next Diwali should be more than a double play. And that would be my top pick. As a disclosure, we have a holding in that and we have a vested interest.
Okay. All right, Bhasin Saab, I'm just going to shift gears and just mark some stocks here, because in the pre-open session, what do you want to look at? You want to look at Indigo, you want to look at Titan, you want to look at Zomato. Indigo numbers, Zomato numbers, Bharti also numbers due today. If you have to identify a large cap stock, which is a Nifty 50 large cap stock, where you think there could be an uptick because of cyclicality, business and P expansion, what would be that name, Bhasin Saab, for next 12 months?
Apollo Hospital, 6,500 rupees, 1 lakh crore market cap is on the cards. You will see the best ever results in this quarter, more than 3 times, more than triple the profit of the last 2 quarters. So I think Apollo Hospital as a large cap and SBI Life, these are 2 names I can put my money on, and I think that these are going to be very, very secure plays for you by the next year. Look at 20,000 Nikunj, there will be a whole host of ideas, but you have to also tread with a little bit of caution that the markets have moved parabolically. So we want to be with very, very safe names. As a disclosure, these both are in our coverage and we've used this decline to add on to these names.
All right, Bhasin Saab, appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. And Bombay kab aa rahe ho, sir?
Sir, Wednesday को आपके साथ चाय पीऊंगा.
बड़ा पाव हम मंगा के रखेंगे. Look forward to it.